My name is Lion Navinia Wellington Ford, and I'm a member of the Global Leadership Team, and we're facilitating the training sessions for our incoming officers this period. I bid you welcome, and I also ask you to join me by opening your mic and let us recite the lines prior before we go into our activities and our session. Lands meet represent Lord, the well thou art, one accord, and may go with Lord, make us strong, we will weak and right around you. Lions, Leah Lions, and other members on the session this evening, I bid you welcome once more. We are on the Zoom platform this evening to complete the session on Leo Club Advisor. So you might be new to this role, you might be doing the role another time, or it's something that you're interested in going into another time or in the future. So we welcome you and we just invite you to share with us and participate. We have on board with us this evening Leah Lion Fabian Maxwell. He has a wealth of knowledge and information to share with us, a wealth of information and just experience to share with us. So please engage with him as you go ahead and learn the activity. So without further ado, I will go ahead and turn over to Leoline Fabian. Leoline Fabian, take it away.
Thank you so much, Lion Lavinia, and good afternoon or good evening to all the Leo advisors, incoming Leo advisors on the call. I also want to say good afternoon to the organizing team for the incoming officers training. Thank you so much for organizing this session. And it is very necessary that we have a session dedicated to our Leo advisors, as their role is critical to the success of our Leos. The Leo advisor plays a critical role in many aspects of the Leo Club program. Some may think it's just, just to be there, just to guide, just to ensure that they feel supported, but it's way more than that. And today we're going to dive into the information on the Leo advisor role. Let me switch my camera on so you could see me. Take this off. Okay. I'm seeing 14 participants. I'm sure the number will grow. Nonetheless, I will begin with the session. As Lavinia mentioned, I am Leo Lion Fabian Maxwell, District Leo Chairperson for Sub-District 60B. I've been a Leo, a former Leo. I'm now a Leo Lion with the Lions Club of New Kingston, and the Leo program is really dear to me. I have learned a lot going up through the Leo program and meeting a lot of new people, making new friends, growing my network. And I am here today to share with you some of those experiences as we go through the material. And I am very, very happy to be able to share this knowledge and carry you through the training for the Leo advisor role. The program today is to speak to the Leo Club Advisors role. And today we're going to learn about what this role means to the Leo Club's success and even the Lions Club success. The Leo Advisor training will certainly cover everything related to the Leo Advisor, how they provide basic support and guidance to our Leos. There are some tools that we will also go through that will become necessary to you as you carry out your duty. The training will also cover the what the relationship would be like between yourself and your Leo club. And we hope that you will participate in some of the discussion that we will have today. The objectives for today really is to have an understanding of the Leo program. We're going to also touch on the role of the Leo advisor and some essential administrative um, tools that you need to know about. We'll also look at this how you can assist the Leo Club in continuing their journey into the Lions Club. So let's take a quick look at the overview of what the Leo Club program is. The Leo Club first started in 1957. And I'm doing this because we do have new Leo advisors who were recently assigned this role as Leo advisor. We do have a few Leo advisors who are coming back to the role and ensuring that their Leo clubs is supported. But we do have some new Leo advisors, and it's important that we go back to basics, share with them some of the foundation information on the Leo Club program so that they can have a full understanding of what it means, what their role means to in the grand scheme of things. So just a quick history on the Leo Club itself. Leo Club program was started in 1957. The first Leo Club was founded in Abington, Pennsylvania, at the Abington High School. This was a group of baseball students who formed this first Leo Club. Their sponsor in Lions Club thought that we are doing a good job in serving our community. Why not engage young people in doing service? And so that's when the idea came about to form a Leo Club. That Leo Club now has been doing great work in the community, and other Lions Club catch on to it and wanted to form their own Leo Club. And so it became an official project in Pennsylvania in 1964. Lions Club International saw the impact that young people are making across their communities, across the state, and decided that this needs to be an official program with our organization. And so in 1967, October 1967, that is, the Lions Club International made it an official program under the banner of Lions Clubs International, right? And so this program has been adopted from then to now, and which is why we are even here to have this discussion on the Leo Club advisor role. Recent history in 2008, two distinct Leo tracks were created, the Alpha and the Omega. And so that helped with the distinction between the two Leo clubs based on their age and in terms of putting them in age categories. I'll get into that a little later. And then in 2009, the Leo Club Advisory Panel was created, which is one of the arms at the international level that support the Leo program, ensure that the objectives of the Leo program is met and are met, and also to lobby or advocate for the Leos where necessary in different spaces. In 2018, the Leo Land Board Liaison um, were appointed as their first youth representatives on the international board. And so these liaison officers also assist further in ensuring that there is some level of advocacy for our youth and our Leo program, and just ensuring that when policies are being created, the Leo Club is also considered in those policies and in those newly drafted ideas that Lions International roll out. So the Leo Club program is never left behind. It's always there, intertwined with everything that LCI is doing. And in 2019, the Leo Club program reaches 150 countries. That's a big milestone for the Leo Club program to be integrated right across the world in 150 countries. So that is pretty much a brief history of the Leo Club program, something you all need to know about and to share with your Leos from time to time even have some nice quick quizzes for them, so that they too can understand and know what the Leo Club program is about. So we all know Leo means is an acronym for leadership, experience, and opportunity. It's literally the motto for the Leo Club program. In the aspect of leadership, we're developing Leos to become project organizers, time managers, team leaders. On the front of experience, we're ensuring that they are encouraged to discover how teamwork and cooperation can bring positive change in the community. And on the side of opportunity, we want them to create lifelong connections and to see their impact in their community, right? So, in essence, this is what Leo really stand for. There are many ways you can spin it, but in essence, that's what the Leo program stands for. The Leo program objectives do allow Lions Club to have an activity that would allow our youth population to be served in their respective areas. It provides the youth with an opportunity for development and for them to contribute, whether individually or collectively, to their community, to their country, and to various international communities. It also promotes service activities among young people, offering them an opportunity to be a part of what we are to serve, right? And so these are some of the objectives of the Leo Club program, which we live by day to day. And the Lions clubs would have decided to create these Leo clubs on these objectives. So the Sponsoring Lions Club has a very important responsibility. And that responsibility is to ensure that the Leo Club is chartered and their annual fees are paid. We will again talk a little bit about that. Ensure that the Leos are covered under the General Liability Insurance Program. We'll also speak to that as well. And provide counsel to the Leo clubs in administrative and service issues, set up any bank accounts where necessary to ensure that they understand financial responsibility, and assign an energetic Leo club advisor to attend their meeting and to provide the necessary guidance. And I'm sure we have some energetic Leo advisors here today, correct? Let me see some emojis or some anything that describes who you are describing how you are. Are you fiery? Are you energetic? Are you, a bookworm? Let me see some emojis that represent you as Leo advisors. Some Leos don't want a boring Leo advisor, no, they want the energetic Leo advisor. They want the Leo advisor who is going to listen as well. Some Leos want Leo advisors who are going to participate and add to the flavor and the energy that they have. As you are a member of their board, anyways, right? So not seeing any emojis in the chat. Why am I not seeing any emojis in the chat? Lavinia, are you able to check the chat for me? Oh, it's the other presentations do ask for emojis to be posted. I didn't know that. Okay, so I see a side eye. I see dancing. I see a smirk. I see a halo, a kissy face. Okay, any more to come? All right. A salute there. Thank you. Oh, here's some hearts showing some love. Lovely, 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 lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let's ask the question, why are Leo clubs important? We just talked about important role of the Sponsoring Lions Club. As mentioned, we're going to do a deep dive into that. But generally speaking, why are Leo clubs important? Feel free to open your mic and answer this question. Well, let me just use the raise hand feature for participants. Just raise your hand and I will just indicate to you so we don't have everyone speaking at the same time.
Seen any yet? Oh, yes, one now. Lion Adora?
Good evening, everybody. As a former Leo, I think Leos are very important for the continuity of our work and the excellent work that Lions do. I started off in St. Lucia as from the Leo Club of Castries and then ended up in St. Kitts. That's a long story. Who knows how I ended up there. So I'm a lion in St. Kitts now, but I am grateful for the support of my Lions family. So I think that Leos are very, very important. So that's why I'm not a Leo advisor, but I saw it important to attend the training session.
Okay.
Leos are always at my heart. Once a Leo, always a Leo.
Yes. Lion Lorna. Thank you, Lion Adora.
Yes, good evening, everyone. So I think Leo clubs are important because it allows the young people to have a voice, number one, and also to get them into the spirit of service. Because if you realize in our times now, the young people do not want to give. They don't want to give. That's not what they're into. And I believe volunteerism is very important, and I believe it starts or it begins with the youth. And this is how the Leo Club is important because at least if they are part of the Leo Club now, they can transition to being a lion and to give of better service to their school and community and at large society. That's my take on it.
Thank you. Thank you, Lorna. And that is important. That's one of the reasons why this program was created with the Lions Club in Pennsylvania. They want to ensure that the young people are a part of what this great organization is doing. And as you said, start with the youth. So hence that Leo Club program was created to get the young men involved, to get young people involved. And you saw how that blew up from there across the world in 108, 150 countries. So definitely an important program for our young people. Anyone else wants to share? No one else? Okay.
We do have a comment in the chat, Leila
Okay.
and Fabian. One moment, please. My screen just shifted. Okay. S-
Um, I guess it was pertaining to what was shared earlier.
Yes, it was regarding the importance of the Lions Club. Sorry,
Okay.
the Leo Club. I'm missing the comments. If the lines that put it in the comment, can you please open your mic and repeat your comment? I think I lost it just now. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to assume it's pertaining to what was shared earlier. That, young people are in this generation may have a different outlook regarding service. And so we generations before see the value and the impact when we have young people participating in service. And so it's good to keep that vision alive even into the society. And while we adapt to the various changes that the world brings to us. So that is something that I think will come out of that comment. All right. So moving along, we have a lot of benefits to the Lions Club for forming a Leo Club. And the benefits are on screen, but they are not exhausted. Um, there are great benefits to sponsoring Lions clubs when they form a Leo club. There are benefits to the Leos once this Leo club is formed. A Leo club can inspire Lions to be bolder, more innovative in their service projects, inform them of newer community needs and technology, right? Leos come up with very innovative, bold ideas that can infuse energy into the Lions clubs. And they don't have to be members of the Lions Club to infuse this energy. Just being in their own Leo Club and for Lions to be working with these Leos, you can feel the energy. You can feel energized and feel like you are part of something great. Working with the Leo clubs that you would have sponsored. Sponsoring a Leo club can also increase in the Lions Club exposure with the community as the newer community needs arise and our young people are engaged and are aware, we can tap into this awareness and into this information that they have to find out what are some of our community needs. And sometimes the community needs may be youth focused, and in other instances, it may not be. But there are ways in which we can engage our leaders to share some of these ideas with us so we can work with them to build out unique projects, innovative projects to serve the community in a different way that we've never really thought of before. Uh, the one of the largest benefits of sponsoring a Leo club is that Leos are our families. They are part of the growing family that we have here at Lions Club International. They are a branch to the big tree that we have. And so we will continue to engage them and embrace them as family, as a part of us. Um, Speaking to parents, siblings, or family members of current Leos, as well as attracting graduating Leos, can be a great source of new members for the club. The parents, the guardian, the teachers, they are potential Lions Club's members who will consider to join your Lions Club and grow, and that will be growth for the sponsoring Lions Clubs. And this audience or this group, this demographic is through the Leo Club. And so when we engage our Leos, we by extension engage these other people who can become potential members or become lions and be part of our great organization. And these persons are all coming in with new ideas, unique talents, resources, and networking that can really take the Leo Club program from one level to the next, as well as any community project that we may have. They can also support and contribute to its success. Leo Club advisors should speak with Leos, engage with them and let them share their journey with you. This is one way of understanding them, understanding your audience, and knowing what it is that they would like to have, what is it they don't like, and how you can better support them as they go through life and build out their careers. So there are many benefits to sponsoring a Leo club and having Leos working side by side with you in service. The Leo Club organizational structure looks pretty much like this. You have your sponsoring Lions Club. The sponsoring Lions Club assign a Leo advisor. That Leo advisor now supports the Leo Club's board of directors and the Leo Clubs overall. the Leo Club Board of Directors will have the president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, membership chairperson, board of directors, if so be it, even and even the committee chairpersons, right? They will have their board all layout very similar to the lands, but there will be differences. One major difference with the Leo Club board is that the Leo Club advisor is a non-voting member of the board. Therefore, the Leo Club advisor is a part of the board of directors for the Leo Club. Some Lions clubs have their Leo Club advisors as members of their board, and that helps to ensure that there is a voice there at the decision-making table when it comes on for the Leos. There is a voice from the Leo advisor, making sure that the Leos are their program, whatever it is that they're planning, is considered in the grand scheme of things. So some Lions Club do have their Leo Club advisors as members of their board. But one thing to note is when it comes on to the Leo Club advisor is a non-voting member on that board. And then you'll have the club members who are the backbone of the organizational structure for the Leo Club. So this is in essence how the structure is. Note that the sponsoring Lions Club plays a critical role in the success of the Leo clubs, as mentioned earlier. And the liaison person would be their Leo advisor. So the Leo advisor pretty much is the bridge between sponsoring Lions Club and the Leo Club, ensuring that information is passed both ways to both groups. I mentioned earlier about the tracks. The Leo Club are actually divided into two tracks, the Alpha and the Omega track. The Alpha track has Leos who are between the ages 12 to 18 years old. And this track is designed for teens and focuses on individual and social development by creating strong foundation in leadership and responsibility, right? Most of these alpha clubs are within the school system. However, they're not confined to the school system. In our district, we do have an Alpha Leo club that is not tied to the school. It is a cyber club, and we do have community clubs that are also Alpha Leo clubs, right? When it comes on to the Omega Leo Club, these are more community-based clubs, and they may also be attached to a university or college. The Omega Leo clubs are clubs that focuses on members between the ages of 18 to 30 years old. And this track is designated for young adults and centers around personal and professional development as they focus on building community, fostering their skills, and creating a direct positive impact in society. So you see the differences, the slight differences between both tracks and both groups. And so this shapes the way how you as a lead advisor will interact and will support these various groups, right? So while youth and young adults have many things in common, these two groups are very different, and it depends. It also speaks to the different life stages of the Leos within the two groups, and it therefore requires some developmental and appropriate activities and interaction with both groups. So the Omega Leo Club will have more young adults, young professionals, while the Alpha Leos would have mainly students within the secondary school system. And again, this shapes the way you look at the group, you work with the group, and how you interact with them, right? So we currently have 53 Leo clubs in our district. we do have a good share of alphas and omega Leo clubs. We mainly have a lot of alpha Leo clubs than we do omega. I can tell you back then, in my time, we had more omega Leo clubs than alpha Leo club, but that has changed as time goes by. And so that different Lions club decide on chartering different Leo clubs based on the group that they are trying to reach, the group that they are trying to create impact with. So this is how you would differentiate the kind of audience when you approach them in terms of how you will place them, whether in the alpha group or the omega group. So at a glance, Lions Club International, I mentioned this earlier, that we do have a large group of young people serving the communities worldwide in over 150 countries. So this is a quick knowledge check, right? Uh, the Leo Club stands for Leadership Experience Opportunity. The Leos offer new ideas and new energy, and the Leo Clubs exist right across the world in 2 different tracks. So let's look quickly at the role of the Leo Club Advisor. As I mentioned, the Leo Club Advisor really contributes to the Leo Club success, and they provide guidance to the club's leadership. The role of the Leo advisor will be covered here, and we'll look at the different types of Leo clubs again, as we just did, and how you will carry out your role based on the type of Leo club that you have. So the role of the Leo club advisor is to work with Leos, advise advise them in their role, and to provide well, an officer. You are an officer that would mentor, motivate, counsel, and provide and be a role model to them, a service role model to them. The advisors will guide Leo clubs in managing their club's operation and their club development, and to be effective in their community service. This list is, a suggested list, but the Leo Club Advisor do way more than just these that on the screen. And for those experienced Leo advisors, they would know that it's not just guiding or just being there. It's way more than that. Because you're engaging with young people from various background and demographic, you find that you create skill we never have from before, right? You get skills that you never had before because it really pulls you into, into different characters to deal with different young people based on where they're coming from. And how you, again, speak with these young people, you have to have for some reason you need to have the skill. In others, you don't necessarily have to have that skill. It just require you to just listen, right? Just to be an active listener for our young people. Sometimes Leos say things without saying it, and they sometimes just need that person to just listen to them, just to hear them out, right? Remember the essence of the program, which is to develop young people, to provide that personal development, even the professional development. The Leo Club Advisor is to guide these persons through this stage of their life. And Leos go through various stages of their life. Some Leos may have a certain path, and others' path may look very different. And so not all of your 20 odd Leos will be thinking the same way or going in the same direction or having a wonderful time. And as a Leo advisor, it's key to stay observant, to give a listening ear and to ensure that all your Leos needs are met, right? No, I'm not saying you're supposed to play Superman or Superwoman, but at least ensure that you are providing that level of support where necessary, as you see the issues unfold or you see the need unfold, right? As that mentor, that motivator, that counselor, that liaison, that service role model. Let's do a little deep dive here. Uh, the role of the Leo advisor is to teach and support Leo Club officers, help members reach their full potential as leaders. Leo advisors also teach Leos the importance of planning and organizing projects. So in the lands district, we will put out programs for service, we'll share ideas, and we'll run different activities and initiatives. It's important to bring your Leos along with those projects and programs that you are participating in. When we say work together, Leos and Lions partnership and working together, we mean literally you and your Leos working together, planning that project together, bringing them in the planning phase and not at the tail end, or just advising them that this is happening, come along. Ask them to be at that planning, in the planning meeting, and even assign a task in your action plan for them to lead on, and ask them for follow up and check in with them and ensure that they are contributing to the success of the project. This is going to develop the Leos to become project organizers, right? And project managers. As a motivator, the advisors understand the nuances of motivating youth and the factors that can empower them, such as peer acceptance, recognition of accomplishments, and a sense of personal achievement. So, although advisors should inspire Leos to participate in service activities, they should not impose on their personal views on Leos. So, understand how they view the program, how they appreciate the program, and then work with that knowledge that you have on their perspective and ensure that they are guided properly as you continue to motivate them to become better leaders, better persons in your society, right? So the role of the lead advisor is also to be a counselor. And the lead advisors listen to Leos and understand their needs. Going to repeat that. We listen to our Leos and understand their needs, right? Again, we all don't wear an S on our chest, but we do provide that listening ear to our young people and to hear what their needs are. This is sometimes a way for you to also even develop projects to support young people, because their cry may be the cry of other young people in the community, or their perspective may be the same as other young persons in the community. And you can even look at how can we help young people who are facing these challenges. Um, as a lead advisor, you must know when to counsel the group and when to let Leos take charge and make their own decisions. Counseling is not about telling them what to do or how to navigate a situation. It's about bringing them to a solution that they themselves would have come up with and can execute. As advisors, you must be familiar with your constitution and bylaws, and I will share a copy of this at the end of our session. Of course, I have a plethora of resources to share with you at the end of our session, but you must be familiar with the constitution and bylaws and to be able to pull on these different areas of the constitution when you have various questions coming up from our Leos. As a liaison, you act as a bridge, as I mentioned, between the Lions and the Leo Club. And you also will be interacting with the district in various ways. The Leo district and even the Lions district, to ensure that you are fully informed of what's going on so that you can advocate appropriately for your Leos. Being informed is going to help you in your role, and it's critical that you ensure that as a Leo advisor, you create a little roadmap to help your Leos move from the Leo program into the Lions Club program. And we're going to talk about that later on in the training, right? So having a listening ear on what's going on in Lions Club International in your own lands district is going to give you the knowledge and it's going to arm you with this information to support your Leos and to advocate where necessary in various forums so that your Leos know that you are there for them and that they are supported. Lastly, you should be a service role model for your Leos. Lead by example and demonstrate the compassion for community, for helping the community. That's what this Leo Club program is all about, ensuring that our young people participate in service and is part of our service mission. And you demonstrating that is going to make them want to be a part of it and want to emulate what they're seeing their lands do. And probably sometimes even do better than you, right? And I'm sure you won't have a problem with that because I'm sure every lion here wants to see their Leos reach their full potential, right? It's critical that the Leo Club advisor act as role model, again, show the importance of service, how they should act at service project, how they should present themselves as representatives of Lions International. And that means wearing your emblem, wearing it with pride, carrying yourself with pride, participating with grace and respect at the service projects and for the people you're serving. Emulating these behaviors as a leader, as a Leo advisor, is showing your Leos how they should, carry themselves and to carry out their act of service. Now, there are some specific responsibilities for the Leo Club advisor, and they are listed on screen. Um, is there anyone who could assist me in just reading the first three? Anybody?
Oversee initiation and ongoing development of the Leo Club, reports Leo Club officers and members in the Lions International online reporting system and the Leo Club service activities in the online reporting system, train Leo Club officers to use the Lions International online reporting system for reporting.
Okay. So we see where reporting through the online system is, a recurring decimal there for the Leo advisor. And so your role is to ensure that your Leos are properly represented in the system. When we talk about the insurance program, Leo clubs are insured just the same as Lions clubs. And this insurance program pretty much provides that coverage as you are going out there to serve, you're going out there to give service. Anything can happen. Not that we're asking for it, knock on wood. But should it happen, this insurance program should assist with where that is concerned. If you are not reported in the system, this insurance program doesn't cover you, unfortunately, because it covers its members. And so ensuring that your Leos are reported in the system is critical. It's important. Ensuring that they're reported in the system may not be the only thing that would assist in that regard, as the schools that these Leo clubs are in also require that additional level of permission being granted by the parents and by the school itself. So you will have to pay attention to those things as well as Leo advisors or Leo advisors of this particular group, that when you are carrying them to out of town to a zone project or a region meeting, or you're carrying them to a forum or a convention in a different country, you ensure that these parameters are put in place for their safety, right? The parents may want to give a special permission. The school may want to do so as well. And of course, Lions Club International is saying that they must be reported in the system to be recognized as a member of our organization. Should anything happen as a member of our organization, they are covered under the insurance program, right? Uh, the is there anyone who could assist me with the other three? Promote, attend, and ensure.
Okay, Fabian. Promote collaboration between Leos and sponsoring Lions Club by regularly updating Lions on Leo Club activities. Attend Leo Club and Board of Directors meetings and ensure new Leos receive new member materials and orientation.
Thank you so much, Slandova. So we want to ensure that we are promoting the Leo Club program, assisting the Leos with membership growth and even retention strategies, and ensuring that these new Leos have proper orientation into the system, into what the Leo Club program is about, and also attending their meetings to ensure that your program is being met. Your program objectives, sorry, are being met. We would hear from time to time, and we still do hear it, that the Leo Club is a project of the Lions Club. It started out that way, as I mentioned, in Pennsylvania, when the Lions Club said, let's start this project, let's start this initiative of ensuring that we have young people participating in service. Let's pretty it up and dress it up and make it look like ours, where we have a banner, we have an emblem, we have a identity, and let's call it the Leo Club. And so it just continues to build and build and build and snowball into what we have today, right? And if this indeed is a project of the Lions Club, we need to make sure that the project is meeting the objectives, the goals are being met, that we are achieving what we set out to do with this project, right? So promoting it to ensure that it continues to grow, it doesn't die early death, it continues to live on and become even a legacy project of yours. Ensuring that you ensuring that you attend the meetings to give the support and the necessary tweaks where necessary to build out this program to make sure it's successful. This is something that the Leo advisor, working with their sponsoring Lions Club, is supposed to be doing to ensure that there is maximum success with the Leo Club program, right? So the last two, does anyone else would like to take the last two?
Recognize Leos for their achievements, encourage eligible Leos to become Lions.
Thank you, Elaine, kinda. So we want to ensure that our Leos feel appreciated, right? And one way to do that is through some recognition and rewards, some so just recognizing their achievements. And I'm not talking about waiting till the end of the year to say, well done, here's a trophy, here's a plaque or a certificate. We're talking about recognizing their success throughout the year. These small moments of celebration, dive into it, be there with them, celebrate with them, applaud them, right? And that's what's going to make the program more enriching and for more Leos to see what's happening and want to join the movement. Recognize your Leos along the way, applaud your Leos along the way, and make sure that they feel that support, that you're excited and you're celebrating with them. And as a Leo advisor, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with the Lions Club as well, so they too can feel the excitement and also celebrate with the Leos. This is going to encourage the Leos who want
Ade,
to.
ikaw na si Panayon Lions, Lions, station.
Was Lion Lazy?
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yes. So this is going to encourage the Leos to even become Lions. because you've always been there supporting them along the way. You made them feel like family. You made them feel like, you're their auntie or their uncle or even mommy or daddy, whichever it is. It may not be so close, but it may be you treat them like a friend. And so they would want to move from the Leo Club to come over to the Lions Club, right? I just a personal experience of mine. When I was leaving to go to the USA Canada Lands for Leo Forum, the my Lions Club supported me in that situation. They would assist me with travel to go there to enjoy and experience this forum in a different country, and they wanted me to have that opportunity, and so they assisted me in that regard. In that moment, I had a death in my family, and the support that I got from the Lions was just really, really, really moving. It was a humbling moment for me to see the Lions supporting me, and they really treat me like family. It's moments like those that I remember that make me say, I really, really should move over to the Lions Club. I'm so attached to this group now that they are like family. And that's one of the reasons why I took the opportunity to move from the Leo Club to the Lions Club. The other things were that, the opportunity I got, the ability to network and to meet new people and to continue to have that experience. And I'm having that experience even to now as a Leo Lion. So, again, it's how you treat your Leos that will really encourage them to move from the program of the Leo program and make that transition to becoming a Lions. The approach that you take as well in that pathway also matters. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. I just wanted to spend some time here just to ensure that we fully understand our responsibility as a Leo advisor and that we can grasp how we're going to, navigate these different roles and responsibilities as we take on this very important role. Now, earlier I mentioned that as a Leo advisor, your approach will differ based on the type of Leo club that you have. We have the Alpha track and the Omega track. As a Leo advisor for the Alpha track, you should take a more active role in the Leo club. And these are recommendations, by the way, not prescriptions. These are just recommendations for you. So as a Leo advisor, you take an active role in the club. You will guide the Leo club members as well as interact with any parents or guardian or the teachers. We know most of our Leo clubs have faculty advisors, and these teachers are very close with their students, very close with the Leos. And so it's very important to have that connection with that teacher because they're on the ground, they know their students, and they also know their needs. And so as you interact with that teacher, you will know how you as a Lions Club can support the Leos in that club. Younger alphas typically need more direction than older alphas. So even within the alpha group, you have subgroups, right? So there are those that are in sixth form or moving into college or preparing for college. And then there are those who just kind of starting out school and building their way up. Having exposing your alpha Leos to scholarship opportunities, to even summer jobs, those are some things that they would appreciate. And you can share some of those resources with them and even support the teacher with any strategy that they currently have going on in the school to support these young people. Those are some ways as a lead advisor you would want to be actively engaged with your Alpha Club. and to bring your sponsoring lines along that journey as well. So usually as the lead advisor, you have a support team that you work with, and ensure that the work is distributed among the team. So it's not just you doing all these wonderful things that I'm sharing with you. You have a team supporting you. You have other lands in the club who are engaged and who are making sure that there is success with your Leo club. So let's look at the Omega Leos. And while you're doing so, let's also look at the differences, right? Also visualize the differences. For the Omega Leos, you work more independently, right? As an advisor, you will fill the role of a liaison between the Leo Club and the sponsoring Lions Club. But once the club is up and running, the role will likely be more hands off, right? So while if you've just started on Omega Leo Club, of course you need to be there. You need to ensure that you're monitoring and so giving the support. But when you see them in full action, you feel more comfortable that they have reached a stage where they can operate on their own, and the hand-holding stage pass. That's when you start to ensure that they take lead, right? The Leo advisor is supporting the personal and professional development of these young people, these young professionals, these young adults who are between ages 18 to 30. So be very cognizant of how you approach your role with the Omega Leos, and ensure that they are supported as well in whichever way you can support them. Based on your observation, based on your interaction, that will be your guiding light in terms of how you would support the Leos. And they would tell you even, so say, Miss or Sir or Lion, Donna, this is what I want. This is what we would like for our club. We'd like our club to have the t-shirt looking this way. We want our meetings to be have a look and feel like this. We don't want it to look like that. They will tell you upfront what they want. And so it is very important to listen and to support. And if you see them going down the wrong road with, maybe protocol, maybe how things are really should be done based on what the Constitution says, that's when you will come in and say, how about trying this way? How about looking at it this way? Or I like what you're saying and I like the direction you're going. But based on this clause, this won't work, but let's see how best we can integrate or we can innovate, right? Those are some ways you can speak with your Leos and ensure that they are thinking about these out of the box ideas. Engage their thought process, right? No, don't tell them how they should run the club. Don't tell them how they should be operating their club. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a developmental stage. And you're just ensuring that they have the right tools to do that, right? Have the right tools to provide service to their community and impact their community in a meaningful way while having fun doing that, right? So again, the approach between alpha and omega clubs are going to differ because you're working with two different demographic, working with two different species, right? Some are the omega Leos will be more professional and grown, and mature. The alpha Leos will be more students, more wanting to take some sort of developmental approach. And so it's very important to work with the relevant stakeholders for both groups to ensure that they have maximum success. So I did mention about school-based clubs and community-based clubs. Both alpha and omega tracks can fall within these categories. So you may have an alpha community-based club or omega community-based club. Likewise, you can have a alpha school-based clubs, which are usually in the secondary schools, or you can have an Omega school-based clubs, which are usually in like the universities and colleges.
One moment, Leila and Fabian, just
Sure.
giving you an heads up regarding time. Just
Thank
giving
you.
you a heads up. You're welcome.
Thank you. So let's do a quick knowledge check. Where is the slide? Oh no, where am I going? Yes. So we know that the Leo Club advisor is a mentor, motivator, counselor, liaison, service role model, right? We know that the Leo Club advisor works with the club type. Based on the club type, we will have different approaches, whether it's an Omega Leo Club or an Alpha Leo Club, right? I want you all to think of what would you do differently, or what approach would you take as the Leo advisor for your Leo club? And this is a question I'm asking and opening up to everyone. Anyone can just raise their hand to share what do you think you would change, or what would you do differently, knowing what you know now, what the Leo advisor is supposed to do, or the behaviors and attributes of a Leo advisor. What would you do differently for your Leo club? And as you share, just indicate the name of your Leo club and your role. Because I know that there's not only Leo advisors who are here, there are Lion Club presidents, there are club secretaries here as well. I'm very happy to have varying officers here to learn about this important role. So anyone want to share what they will do differently as a Leo advisor to support the success of their Leo club?
I'm seeing any hands yet.
Anything in the chat?
Nothing in the chat as yet either.
Okay, hope they don't go quiet on me now, you know. So uh, I will move on to Leo Club administration, and I would really want you to ask questions along the way for this segment, because this is a very important part of your role as a Leo advisor. We mentioned it earlier in terms of reporting. So reporting the Leos, reporting the membership. We will talk a little bit about that right now. So when you have a new Leo or a prospective Leo, one of the things to ensure is that they have an orientation session and that they would have completed the application form. This application form is not a form that you will submit to international, or a form that you will print and file per se. It's really to gather information on the individual who's joining the club, right? Now that we have an online system, everything is done digitally. And so the form really helps. It's a fillable form actually, and it helps with collecting the information for the member so that you can enter those details in the system correctly. Ensure that their names are spelled correctly, the age is correct, their email addresses are correct. So the form will assist you in collecting that information. If you are having issues reporting this Leo in the system, what you can do is ensure that the form is completed, and you can submit that form to the Young Lands department. They will assist with entering that person, but they really want you to do that. So it's really self-help through the land portal for you to enter the information there for the Leos. We do know that the Alpha Leo cohort can be large, can be a lot. Some clubs have 50 members, some clubs have 40 members. And so, but regardless of the size, it's important that you ensure that this protocol is met, that the application form is completed and completed properly. stressing on the completed properly part, especially for our alpha Leos. There is a parent consent at the back of the form, which the parent must sign to give consent for their child to be a member of the Leo Club. So before you enter the details in the system of any child below 18 years old, the parent must sign this form. This form gives you consent to take photographs of their child, to do videography, to enter their information in the system. And it also gives the guarantee that you are adhering to the Lions Club's international privacy policy. And we do know that there is the data protection policy within our various regions that we should be observing. So the application form does ensure that all these issues are addressed. And so the form must be completed properly. For the Omega Leos, they're above 18, they're the age of consent, so they can sign to be a member of the organization. But for the Alphas, you must get consent from the parents. And it's, again, the form detail this. So there are two different forms. One's for Alpha, one for Omega, and they are on the website that you can download and have a copy of. I would say keep a copy and a blank copy for yourself as Leo advisors, as you're always going to have new members joining the Leo Club. We're going to look at the importance of reporting your Leo Club in the system, and we are going to do that right now. The Lion Portal, as you know, is the official online platform from Lions Club International, which is used by Lions and Leos to manage club operations and membership records. The Lions Club Portal is our central administrative system that keeps clubs officially active, accurate, and connected to Lions Club International. You can do a lot through the Lions Portal. You can update personal information. You can add or remove club members. You can update club member record. You can submit your service reports. You can monitor the status of your clubs from there. So the Lion Portal has a lot of features and a lot of flexibility to assist with your operation, assist with your role as Leo advisor. The Lion Portal matters because it keeps clubs active in their records. It ensures that you are able to track your membership growth and support the reporting and recognition of the club, right? It also helps club receive any support that they may need, as whatever information you put in is what your zone chairs, your region chairs, your district officers, and even a district governor is able to extract and make their assessment and ensure that the proper initiatives and programs are put in place to support you and your Leos. The Leo Club president, Leo Club secretary, the Leo advisor, and even the Lions Club president all have access to the Lion portal, as well as the Lions Club secretary or even the club administrator. They all have access to the Lion portal to assist the Leos with their reporting and entering of membership records. Now, I would have hosted a training session some time ago, which is the help desk for Leos with the Land Portal. That session walked you through steps on how to do the reporting of the president, the reporting of your officers, reporting of a new member, how to report service projects. I do, I'm aware of the time, and so I won't be able to carry you through all of that, but I do want you to know that as club leaders, you have the responsibility, as lead advisors, sorry, you have the responsibility to ensure that the officers are reported in the system and that your Leos are reporting service, right? On the point of service, well, here it is. To submit reports, the Leo Club president, Leo Club secretary, the Leo Club advisor, the sponsoring Lions Club president, the sponsoring Lions Club secretary, all have access to report on behalf of the Leo Club. There's a lot of persons that have access to report on behalf of the Leo Club, right? So as a sponsoring Lions Club and as a Leo advisor, you have access to submit service reports for your Leos, to enter new members for the Leo Club, to report the Leo Club officers in the system. You have that access. Once your Lions Club ensure that you are reported in the system as a Leo advisor, in 24 hours, you have access to the portal to do all of this to support your Leos. And currently, we do have a couple clubs. In fact, last time I checked, which was last night, we have 26 clubs who have not reported any service in the system since July 2025. We have these Leo clubs who have done projects, are posting on social media of their projects, but it's not reported in the system. And so our district officers, our region chairs, our zone chairs are not aware of these initiatives because it's not in the system. And the system is what they are using to pull reports and to do analysis to support the respective clubs in their region and zones, right? Of course, everything is not relied on by the Lion portal. Their observations, their engagement, and as well do inform them of what's happening, right? As they stay informed. But in terms of the reporting aspect of things, the Lion portal is the go-to to ensure that everything is reported for the zone and the region. And so you have a critical part to play in all of that. The service reporting for Leo clubs roll up into the district reporting. So if the Lions are reporting and are at 100% and their respective Leo clubs have not reported, the district don't have 100% reporting. It brings down the percentage reporting for the district, right? So if you have a Leo club, ensure that your Leos are also at 100% reporting. Try and figure out how we can work around the issues to ensure that at least one report is in the system for your Leos. The Lions Club secretary, the Lions Club president can submit this report. If the Lions Club secretary is doing reports and is ensuring that their Lions Club is at 100%, I'm sure they can do the login and just put in one report for the Leo to ensure that their Leo Club is reported, even if the Leo Club is dormant or inactive. Okay, so I just want to put that plug there because it's very important as some of our district goals surround this. And again, this is how you, as Leo advisor, play a critical role in that, in achieving that district goal. So upcoming service project and reporting past service projects are important to put in the land portal. And this assists LCI in understanding how much impact globally we are making in the community. These numbers that LCI have didn't just come out of somebody's head. It is because of the work that you do by inputting the information in the system that allows them to have a full bird's eye view of what is going on globally, right? And you roll up into that. You play a critical role into that. So let's ensure that we are able to support our Leos in that way. Another administrative thing that you should pay attention to is Leo Club elections. So the Leo clubs will have their elections every year, similarly to the Lions Club, and the period will be the same. The only thing that will vary is for the Alpha Leos, because their schools do have a different time schedule. They would have their elections a little earlier than than your Omega Leo Club would. So school-based clubs may opt to hold their elections at different time of the year to ensure that they fit in within the school schedule and the school curriculum, right? So as a Leo advisor, also pay attention to that. Speak with the faculty advisor. They will advise you on what the school program looks like, what the schedule looks like, and how you can just ensure you nudge the different office, the president, and nudge the Leo Club officers to ensure that they have their elections and don't wait till when everybody is off on break or when everybody's on study break and you really can't get their attention to have this important activity done. Once their officers are elected, the installation or an induction of, well, the installation of your officers will be done, and you would have that installation ceremony usually take place at the end of the year for the incoming year. Some Lions have their Leos be part of the installation ceremony. Some Leos have their own installation ceremony. And so it's important to support that activity. There is a installation sheet that you can download. It has the script that you can read for this particular activity, and it also tells you who can do this important step. The advisors can install new members. The advisors can do the induction of new members. It If you don't have access to a zone chair, region chair, or any official office, district officer, the lead advisor has that responsibility or that duty that they can do the installation and induction of members. And again, there is a script available for you to use, so you don't have to think from scratch what you're going to say. It's there and it's available to you on the website. I am going to fast track to the international privacy policy and insurance program that we spoke about earlier. Just want to touch on this a little. So the personal information that is collected from the Leo Club officers and the Leo Club members, as mentioned, will be placed in the Lion portal. Only members of the organization can access that. That is the Lion portal. The Alpha Leo clubs, because they are below the legal age, their information is encrypted. So as a Lion, when you go on the system and you're trying to see the contact information of an Alpha Leo, it would not show up. And that is one way of protecting their data, right? Certain officers like the Leo advisor will have that sort of access. However, other officers or other members of the club won't have that visibility that the Leo advisor would have in that regard. Okay. And so moving to the commercial general insurance, liability insurance program, all Lions Club, all Leo clubs and districts are covered under this insurance policy. And again, your coverage will not be activated or be in effect if you are not registered in the system as a member of the organization, right? So please ensure that you can check out more about this. I will again share the link for you to read a little bit more about what this insurance program is about. Some people never know about it, but now you know that this exists. I've seen this logo being used more than one time. As lead advisors, you need to know what the emblem looks like. Again, there are some very new lead advisors on the call. So this information will be useful. The Leo logo used to look like this. Anybody want to tell me why they chose to use the maroon and gold color back then? Anyone wants to guess why they used those colors back then? And
Maybe
Benjamin?
because the vests were maroon back then.
Yeah, well, the best were maroon and gold. Some people have maroon and white.
Mhm.
Not necessarily what I'm looking for. Anyone else? Where did they come about with this maroon and gold color? Okay, so I will tell you, don't worry. The Leo Club, the first Leo Club was from Abington Senior High School. And the colors of the school was maroon and gold. And that's why they use the maroon and gold color in honor of the first Leo Club that was formed, right? So over time, as we get modern and try to have a fresh look and rebranding of the program, the colors have changed. And so the color palette that is used for the Leo program to date will be light blue, gray, green, and yellow. And so this brings vibrant colors and various options for you to use in terms of combination of these colors to promote the Leo Club program. Of course, Leos get very creative with other colors, but officially these are the colors to promote the program. And of course, this is the Leo Club emblem. It's the platinum and white or gray and white Leo logo, which stands out against all the different pretty colors that we have to promote the program. So please ensure that you are using the right colors, the right emblem. Of course, be creative, don't restrict yourself, but know that these are the official emblems and colors for the program. As a Leo Club advisor, I think it's important that you know that. There are some important dates to look out for. Please note them. In October, the Leo Membership Growth Month. December is International Leo Day. That's December 5th. In April, we have Leo Club Awareness Month. And then in June, July, we do have the Lands International Convention, which is going to be held in Hong Kong this year. So it's important that you note these days. Which you can assist your Leo Club in planning activities around these dates, in observing these different periods, and also even taking them to Lands International Convention. My last point today for this training is how we help our Leos move from the Leo program to the Lions Club. And I know a lot of Leo advisors from time to time get the question, what is the the Leo Land program, and how can they be a part of that track or that program? Just going to just bring that information up real quick. See if I do have it here. There we go. So the Leo Lamb program is a membership program exclusively for eligible Leos or former Leos who are ready to continue their service journey as Lions, right? It is pretty much a membership category in the Lions Club. It provides a lot of benefits. And so if you have Leos who are aging out of the Leo Club program, particularly the Omega Leo Club program, having that conversation from early about the Leo Line program is important so that you don't lose these Leos and lose the talent and the potential that they may have serving in the Lions Club. The eligibility for this program is that they must be a former Leo, or they can also be a current Leo. Um, they would have to be at the age of legal majority in their country through to age 35. So this program moves from age 18 to age 35. They must have served as a Leo for a year and a day. And so this these are the eligibility criteria for the Leo Lion program. Just three criteria, right? You may have Leos that meet these criteria and would want to move over. Again, it's a perfect time to have that conversation with them and show them the pathway to becoming a Leo Lion. The benefits of being a Leo Lion is that you get 50% discount on your international dues. You would have your charter fee waived, and you have exclusive uh, access to a LinkedIn page for you to build your network. You also would have access to scholarships to participate in programs that are currently ongoing. The one that is current is the Cultural Exchange Ambassador Program. The Leo Line also gets a beautiful pin that they would wear proudly to show that they were once a Leo and now a lion. At this time, I am going to entertain questions. Uh, do we have any questions?
No hands so far, Leola and Fabian, and I am not seeing any messages yet. I saw one hand going up and Lorna Smith Wilson.
Yes, good evening again, Lance. Question read the official vests for the Leos. You
Yes.
mentioned some new colors with regards to the Leo program. Is it that the current vest will be changed again? Not the maroon one. I know there's a white one.
Mhm.
Will it be changed to,
No,
to
that
facilitate the colors?
that will continue. The color palette is again just to add vibrancy to the image and promotional materials for the Leo program. But the official vest will have the platinum logo and the white vest will have the platinum logo and the platinum piping, or gray piping. So some people say platinum, some people say gray. But that is the official logo and vest for the club. I'm just gonna show on screen what that looks like. As you can see, the young lady there, she has on the vest. So that's what the official vest looks like. What International is saying is that if you have vests from before, there's no need to quickly change it and swap it out to this color and style. You can continue to use the vest that you have. We do understand that procuring a large number of vests for Leos may be costly for the clubs. So the international team is saying continue to wear the ones you have. It has the emblem, it represents the Leo program. But if you do want to move to the modern look, certainly this is the only vest that International is selling right now through their land shop. The old vest is not being sold anymore.
Okay, so you have a picture of the one with the new color that will
This
transition to the new one?
this is no, this is what on screen you are seeing. You should
This
be
is the
seeing.
new one.
Yes,
Okay.
this is the new one.
Okay, understand. All right,
Right.
thank
In
you.
the land shop, you can look and see what it looks like in a full image. It's been sold in the land shop. Of course, many Leo advisors would tell you that they can't afford that vest. They have a more affordable way of ensuring that their Leos have vests. And again, they may opt to use the maroon color because it doesn't get dirty very quickly, and it's the preference for the Leos. Whatever it is that works best for the group, they can use that approach. However, just making sure that the emblem, just for consistency and for branding, that the emblem is the same throughout any marketing material that you're using.
Okay, understand. Thank you.
Leila and Fabian, there is a question in the chat says, can you repeat what you said about the advisors being able to induct Leos?
Yes. So earlier I was sharing that there is a script that the Leo advisors can download and have access to install their new officers. And they can also do the induction of new members. I know many Leo advisors prefer to do the member induction and then have another officer, maybe the district governor or maybe a district officer or the zone chair or region chair do the installation of their members, whatever their preference, that is okay. But just sharing that the Leo advisors, if you don't have access to these officers, then you're not at a standstill. Your legal advisor can carry out this task, and the script is available for download that they can read from it. It gives you instruction on what you need to do to prepare for an installation, what are the steps you should take to prepare for a member induction, and also the script to read and carry out the function. Okay. Do you have any more questions relating to the advisor role? We did cover a lot and there was more, but I can't saturate you with too much information. Of course, this may require a part B, or part two so that we can dive in a little bit more, but for sure, the information here, should give you that jump start to carrying out your role as the Leo Club advisor. Of course, the PowerPoint presentation will be shared so that you can use this as a resource throughout your year as lead advisor, just to check in and ensure that the information is clear to you. Anything that you need question on, or you have a question or a concern, you can reach out to the GLT team. You can also reach out to the district the Leo chairperson and their team for support. Of course, the district ensures that there is a group of lands ready to support you in your role.
There is one other comment. Lion Betan is saying that she was trying to locate the script, but no such luck.
Oh,
You able to drop it in the chat?
certainly.
If you have it.
Certainly. So the Leo Club Advisor webpage, LCI has a designated webpage for Leo Club advisors. Again, the role of the advisor is very important and critical. And the Leo Club program is important to LCI. So they have a designated page with all the resources there for the Leo Club advisor. So please do check it out. I drop it in the chat so that you can go on that page and read upon the information there, as well as to download some of the resources that are available for you to use in your year.
Okay. Thank you so much, Leila and Fabian. I'm not seeing any more questions. One moment, something just came in and let's see. Okay,
I'm just
that's something you added.
Yes, so that the advisors here can use as resource. It's the Leo Club handbook. That is something that you can refer to as well. You can read up on that. And there's a checklist designed for Lions to support and engage their Leo clubs. And we spoke about the engagement and the approach based on the different tracks. But this checklist should assist you as you go through, looking at different ways and means to support your Leo club and engage your Leos.
Thank you so much, Leila and Fabian. I'm not seeing any more raised hand, not seeing anything else in the chat. Lions, Leah's on the call. Thank you so much for allowing us to extend the time. We do appreciate that. Without further ado, I'm going to ask Lion Vilma if she could just come on board and just extend words of thank you and appreciation to Leila and Fabian and also the other members of the call who joined us this evening. Lion Vilma?
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, fellow Lions. It is my pleasure at this time to really and truly extend our greatest appreciation and thanks to Leo Lion Fabian for the way he conducted this training session this evening. We thank you very much for all the information that you have passed on to us. They were very clear and informative. We have learned so much about our role as Leo advisors. I must say that I personally have learned a lot this evening. And so we want to really thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us this evening and to share in this able way. Thanks to all the Lions also who have joined on this evening for this very important training. I trust that we would have all be equipped to really carry out our role effectively for this Lionistic year. Thank you all. Have a good night.
Thank you so much, Lion Vilma. Do appreciate it. So I'm not going to the sermon has been preached, the benediction has been stated, so I will not go over it. Just thank you very much from the GLT standpoint for all members that participated this evening or night, dependent on where you are. I want to take the time to remind you that we're not done. We're done for today, but we do have sessions coming up for the rest of the week. Please be reminded that coming up tomorrow, Wednesday, June 3rd, we do have Tamer and Tail Twister, and we also have committee chairperson. So please join us again tomorrow for those roles so that you can continue to learn, continue to get prepared for the year that you serve starting July 1st. They always said that you have to prepare, right? Because if you don't prepare, that mean that you are preparing to fail. But we are preparing to lead. So we'll prepare you, engage with you. Thank you so much. And without anything further, I say thank you, good night, good evening, and we'll bring this session to a close. All the best, Lions.